Good evening, everybody, and thanks for joining tonight's post-match media availability with Nashville City head coach BJ Callaghan following the club's 2-1 win at Toronto FC. Coach, a brace from Sam, a 2-1 win, unbeaten in 8 straight, last 6 in MLS, and unbeaten in May. Just talk a little bit about the match and how the teams performed during this stretch of the congested schedule in the month.
Yeah, really proud of the group, the performance tonight. I wouldn't say it was our best soccer and our best ability to execute, but I thought the group really competed well. Had a good response coming out of halftime. I thought for the first 15, 20 minutes, we were really on the front foot, creating some goal scoring chances. Sean Johnson, wow, what a goalkeeper. Able to make some big saves. Then it's a road game in the MLS, and we had to suffer a little bit. But this group is a group that responds to that and really bonds together. And then you see Johnny Perez make a big play to set Sam up for the second goal. And again, we have to be a little bit better in a lot of phases, especially closing that game out. But just proud of the group. Going on the road in the MLS is difficult. Winning on the road is even more difficult, and just proud of the group.
Thanks, Coach. We'll go ahead and start with questions. Remind you to use the hand raise function. We'll start with Ben.
Yeah, BJ, it felt like coming out of halftime that there was just maybe a little bit more quality, or you talked about kind of how you want the execution to be higher, but it felt like after halftime you guys executed better. What were some of the adjustments that you made at the break?
Yeah, I thought for us it was really about the controlling with our two center midfielders. In the first half, we were a little bit we were almost marking ourselves with the way the opponent was defending. It was hard for us to get the ball from one side to the other without really kind of hitting a diagonal ball. In the second half, I thought our two center midfielders were positioned a bit better, so we were able to get to one side and then get back over to the other side. So that was really it. I mean, I think we saw the spaces there. It was just really about how we could exploit it a little bit better. And then we're always a team that wants to run behind. And I thought we just, I think we maybe did it a little bit better or looked for it a little bit more. I don't know which one comes first there, but just being able to get behind helped.
Go ahead if you have another, Ben.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask about Walker. Obviously, I think he had been out for 49 days or something like that. At what point did you think he might be able to be involved? And then just kind of as a part two to that, you guys have lost one game since he's been out. I think you scored 18 and conceded 8, not including tonight. Like you guys are playing well. How huge is it to be able to add a defender like him back into a squad that's already performing at a high level?
Yeah, so I think about 2 days ago, I think we became cautiously optimistic that he would be able to return. And then it was just about how were we going to, reintegrate him, because he has been away for a while. Going into a 90-minute game is a real game is, sort of that last step for him. So I thought he did a really good job tonight. Brave for him to come back in there, especially in the game state that we had. And so for us, it's a big lift. And again, we believe in everybody in this group. You see the amount of contributions that are being made. And now he's just going to be another guy who comes back into the fold, who's going to compete for a position and expected to make contributions.
Go ahead, Jacob, and ask you if you have.
Yeah, BJ, and I'm continuing with Walker. I guess what did having him back in the team, even if he was just on the bench for 70 minutes tonight, what did it mean to have him there, being involved with the team again in that capacity?
I mean, I think, listen, he's the team captain, so it's an uplift for everybody. He's been doing, even though he's been not on the field, he's been in the facility. So, his presence is always there. His leadership has always been there. But yeah, I think there's always a moment that when he steps back on the field, the group gets a lift. But, for us, he's a part of that back line. And the whole group as Ben mentioned, has responded well in his absence. And the team idea here is to continue to try and get shutouts and win more games. And he'll contribute, but so will a lot of the other guys that are getting their number called as well.
And to be still undefeated in the month of May after having played 7 games is just 3 weeks. Do you think you expected to be still unbeaten in May at this point coming in, or is how is this at all surprising to you?
I mean, I know you guys won't believe this, but I don't think we think about stuff like that. About month of May or expectations. We knew May was going to be a big congested month. We tried to get ahead of it with some of our planning ahead of time, and then how were we going to approach those games? And we try to stay focused on what our opponent is going to be, and also have a plan on how we want to attack each one of those games and guys' numbers that are going to get called on. So I think it's credit to the staff. I mean, you have to credit Rob Butler and Sidney Gray with the medical and high performance in turning these guys over every 3 days to play and be able to put in big performances, and credit to the players and their ability to prepare, perform. We reflect, we refine what we're going to do, we recover, and then we do it again. So, we're just going to keep ticking over, sticking to how we prepare for every opponent. We'll enjoy tonight. We'll recover tomorrow, and we've already begun our preparations for Columbus.
Nick Frazier.
BJ, late goal from Toronto tonight, but your side hasn't basically had a clean sheet since March in league play, that is, against Montreal. I guess from your standpoint, just was it a frustrating just goal to concede for you guys, or is it you just glad to just get the win?
I would say it's both. We're happy to get a win. Winning on the road's hard. Toronto is a hard team to score against. So, and they have obviously some really good players. The infusion of Jonathan Osorio tonight gave them energy when he came off the bench. The way we conceded, the way they conceded the goal was poor. So we know that we can't turn the ball over in the middle of the field just after we score. We know that, we'll be better. We'll correct it. We'll address it. But yeah, I mean, coming on the road, we've been on the road for almost a week now, with the game in Orlando. So we'll take the 3 points, but we never stop growing and learning from the games. And that'll be one of the areas that we highlight.
And with Walker back in the fold, Jason Palacios has had a really good month, and just since Walker's been out as well, I guess, does that mean you have some tough decisions to make at center back potentially with maybe a pairing of Jason and Walker going forward?
I think the competition is for everybody in that back line and center back. So yes, the answer is I'm going to have very tough decisions. The center backs have been playing really well. The back line has been playing really well. But that's part of it, and that's what winning teams have is depth, and guys are called on. So we'll see how everybody recovers, and we'll put out the best team that we can versus Columbus.